Hello children, today we are going to start with a new topic, that is nutrition. As you all know, nutrition is a very important physiological process of all living beings, whether they are unicellular or multicellular organisms. In complex animals, all the processes involved in the nutrition are performed by a combination of digestive organs. But in case of unicellular organisms, the nutrition process, it is all done by a single cell. And the combination in case of multicellular organisms, the combination of digestive organs is called as digestive system. In higher animals, a tube running from mouth to anus of an animal in which digestion and absorption of food takes place is called alimentary canal or gut. It can also be called as gut. Now, if we talk about the human digestive system, before we switch on to digestive system, nutrition is not just intake of food. It is what? It is intake of food as well as its utilization by the body cells to produce energy. So this complete process is counted as nutrition. So to complete this process of nutrition in multicellular organisms, there is a well-defined system which is present, and that is called as digestive system. Now if we talk about the human digestive system, it consists of following things. First, it is made up of alimentary canal, a long tube which runs from mouth to anus, as well as this alimentary canal is associated with digestive glands. Now, digestive system is a group of organs and associated digestive glands. It takes part in ingestion of food, its crushing, digestion, absorption of digested material, and digestion of indigestible material. Now, before we talk about the alimentary canal, I need to talk about the process of digestion or the various steps of nutrition. Nutrition consists of many steps, mainly 5 steps. These 5 steps are: first, it is called as ingestion. Ingestion is what? It is just intake of food. Second process or second step is it is called as digestion. Digestion is breakdown of complex food into simple soluble form. Third important step of nutrition is absorption. When the food gets digested, the soluble and simple food get absorbed by the walls of capillaries into the blood. That is called as absorption. The fourth important step of nutrition is assimilation. Assimilation is the utilization of the absorbed food by the body cells to produce energy. And the last step is called as digestion. Now after digestion, whatever is the waste material left, so the unwanted waste material, that should be expelled out from the body, and that removal of the undigested waste from the body is called as digestion. Now these are the various steps of nutrition. Now if we talk about the human digestive system, it consists of, as I told you, alimentary canal and digestive glands. If we first talk about the alimentary canal, it consists of different organs. Alimentary canal, it is made up of mouth, buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, and large intestine. All these together, they make up what? Alimentary canal. There is one more name of alimentary canal. It can also be called as digestive tract. digestive tract. Now, if we talk about this alimentary canal in detail, actually alimentary canal is a tubular passage extending from mouth to anus through which food passes during its digestion and absorption. It is about 9 meters in length in humans, and it consists of these organs, as I mentioned here: mouth, buccal cavity, esophagus, which is also called as food pipe, stomach, small intestine and large intestine. Now we are going to talk about each part of alimentary canal separately. First important part, that is called as mouth. Mouth is what? It is just a transverse slit or aperture that occur between the nose and the chin. It is bounded by two soft movable lips which are covered by skin on the outside and mucous membrane on the inner side. These lips help in holding the food and aid in phonation or speech. So about mouth, if we club together all these things, mouth is what? It is just a small slit which is meant for the ingestion or intake of food. Now second most important part of the alimentary canal is buccal cavity. Now buccal cavity is the anterior part of alimentary canal that extends from mouth to pharynx and lie between two jaws, upper and lower. It is surrounded by a hard palate on the upper side. So we can say the roof of the buccal cavity is called as a hard palate. It consists of throat, tongue on the lower side and cheeks on the sides. Both the jaws contain teeth in semicircular rows. Buccal cavity also consists of tongue. Now tongue is what? It is a muscular structure. It is muscular and sensory structure which is movable and flat, and this is attached posteriorly over the lower jaw. This tongue consists of 4 types of taste buds for tasting the quality of food. It moves food in the buccal cavity for crushing under teeth, mixing with saliva and swallowing. Tongue also helps in phonation or speaking. Now if we talk about the teeth, teeth are what? These are the hard structures which are partially embedded in the sockets of jaw bones. They are made up of substance called dentine. Dentine is a very hard substance. The exposed parts of the teeth or crowns are covered by a shining substance called enamel. It is the hardest substance of the body. So hardest substance of human body is called as enamel. It is the outermost covering of the teeth. Jaws present in the buccal cavity are provided with 4 different types of teeth, and teeth are used for tearing, cutting and crushing. There are 4 different types of teeth. These are as follows. First type of teeth is called as incisors. These are meant for cutting food. Second important type of teeth is called as canines. These are for tearing. Third type of teeth which are present in mouth, they are called as premolars. Premolars are used for grinding food. We can also say crushing food. And fourth type of teeth, it is called as molars. They are also meant for the same, that is grinding. Now, according to the different types of teeth, actually there are, in a lifespan of human beings, there are 2 sets of teeth which arrive. First is called as temporary teeth or milk teeth, and the second set of teeth is called as permanent teeth. If we talk about the temporary teeth or milk teeth, they arise in the child at the age of 6 to 11 months. During the age of 6 to 11 months of age, they arise, and total they are 20 in number. If we talk about the dental formula is a formula which explains the number and the types of teeth in a particular individual. If I talk about the dental formula of children or of a child, the dental formula of a child is 2102 upon 2102. Now what is this 2102? The upper portion 2102, it is what? It is the half upper jaw. Half upper jaw. And 2102, which is written on the lower side, this is the half lower jaw. Now what is this 2102? This 2102 symbolizes what? This 2 symbolizes incisors, 1 canine, 0 is premolars and 2 is molars. Same is the case here on the lower side, incisors, canines, premolars and molars. So this is just a half set of teeth in a child. If I double it, then it will become double. So total here on the upper side is what? 2102. If I add it, it becomes 5. 5 plus on the lower side it is also 5. Now this is just a half portion. If I double it, then the total teeth becomes what? 20. And that is the total teeth which are present in a child. Now if I talk about the dental formula of a permanent teeth means the teeth present in an adult. There are total 32 teeth which are present in adult, and these permanent set of teeth, they arise at the age of 6 to 12 years and they are as a replacement of the milk teeth. Now they are 32 in number. If I talk about the dental formula for permanent teeth is 2, 1, 2, 3 upon 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3 on the upper side it recognizes half upper jaw, and on the lower side again it symbolizes half lower jaw. So here 2, 1, 2, 3 is what? It is incisors, canines, premolars, molars. Same is the case here. Incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Now total this 2103, 2123, it is counted as what? 8. 3 plus 2 5 plus 1 6 plus 2 8. 8 upon 8. And now if I double it, it will become what? Total 32. So this is the dental formula, and this was all about the teeth. Now next portion of the alimentary canal after buccal cavity is esophagus. Esophagus is also called as a food pipe. It is a narrow tubular part of alimentary canal that connects pharynx with the stomach. Its length is about 25 centimeters. Esophagus does not contain digestive glands. Its wall secretes mucus for lubrication of passing food. An action of salivary amylase over starch continues in the esophagus. Now the food is pushed downward by the stomach by a wave of alternate contraction and expansion, and this movement is called as peristalsis. So what is this peristalsis movement? Alternate wave of contraction and expansion in the food pipe, due to which the food passes downwards from buccal cavity to stomach. Now peristalsis movement occurs in all along the rest of the gut and helps in pushing the food forward. This is not only restricted to the food pipe, it occurs in the whole alimentary canal, and due to this movement only the food keeps on passing from the upper portion of the alimentary canal to the lower portion. Now next important part of the alimentary canal is stomach. Stomach in case of human beings, it is a J-shaped, wide and thick walled muscular organ. It lies in the left upper part of abdomen below diaphragm. It has a large number of branched and tubular gastric glands, and secretion of gastric glands is called as gastric juice. It consists of gastric glands. Gastric means related to stomach, and these gastric glands, they secrete two things. First they secrete HCl, and second they secrete gastric juice. Gastric juice consists of some of the enzymes. HCl also is secreted here. Now the role of HCl in the stomach, it is having three functions, we can say. It makes the food acidic for proper functioning of pepsin. Pepsin is also activated by HCl. It also stops the action of salivary amylase and it kills the germs and bacteria so as to disinfect the food. Now regarding the enzymes which are present in gastric juice, these are the various enzymes. The first important enzymes present in juice is pepsin. Pepsin is a major enzyme of gastric juice which functions only in the acidic medium. It hydrolyzes proteins into peptones. Another enzyme that is secreted here is called as gastric lipase. This enzyme is active in infants. It partially breaks down fat into its components. One more important enzyme, that is renin, is secreted in the stomach. It is also active only in infants. Renin hydrolyzes the soluble milk protein casein into procasein, which is then precipitated with calcium, forming solid curd or coagulated milk. So we can say that milk in infants is converted to curd-like structure, which is called as coagulated milk, with the help of renin only. And this coagulated milk is very much easily digestible by the infants. Now in stomach, the food stays for 1 to 5 hours. During this period, it is changed into partially digested pulpy mass, which is called as chyme. Chyme is a pulpy mass. Now chyme passes in small amounts into duodenum part of small intestine through a valve at the end of the stomach known as pyloric valve, guarded by a circular muscular sphincter. Water, glucose, alcohol, drugs and some minerals are absorbed in the stomach. Now next important part of the alimentary canal is small intestine. Small intestine, it is the longest part of alimentary canal, which is about 6 meters in length and 2.5 to 3.5 centimeter in diameter. It is extensively coiled to get accommodated in a small space, and it consists of major three regions: duodenum, jejunum and ileum. Consists of three regions: duodenum, jejunum and ileum. Now, small intestine is known so because of its lesser diameter as compared to that of large intestine. It is the seat of major digestion and absorption. For this, it possesses a number of intestinal glands. The secretion of intestinal glands is called as succus entericus. The first part of small intestine also receives secretion of liver and pancreas. Intestinal wall is thrown up into numerous folds having finger-like projections which are called as villi. Villi increases the surface area for absorption of digested food. Now if I talk about the duodenum, it is the proximal part of a small intestine which receives partially digested acidified food from stomach. Duodenum forms a U-shaped loop with stomach. It is about 25 centimeters in length. Duodenal glands secrete an alkaline mucus containing the juice that helps in neutralizing the chyme and protect the wall from the corrosion. The common duct opens into duodenum. It is formed of a common bile duct and a pancreatic duct. Both these ducts, they club together and they open into what? They open into the duodenum, that is the first or proximal part of the small intestine. Now common bile duct brings a yellowish green bitter liquid or bile from gallbladder and liver. Bile juice is alkaline due to the presence of alkaline inorganic salts. Other components of bile are bile pigments and bile salts. Bile makes the food alkaline for action of pancreatic juice. It prevents putrefaction of food. A major function of bile is to break fat into globules for action of lipase of pancreatic juice. So we can say bile juice is meant for emulsification of fats. On the other hand, pancreatic juice is the major digestive juice of the body. The juice contains three main enzymes. Pancreatic juice, it also consists of many enzymes. The most important enzymes are trypsin, which will act on protein. Second enzyme is amylase, which will act on starch. And third important enzyme, lipase, which will act on lipids. Trypsin is a proteolytic enzyme which functions in alkaline medium. It breaks down proteins and peptones to form peptides. Pancreatic lipase is the main fat digesting enzyme. On the other hand, pancreatic amylase, it acts on starch and convert it into maltose and other similar sugars. Now, next part of the small intestine is jejunum. It is a middle and coil part. It is about 1.5 to 2 meters in length. It has abundant digestive glands producing major part of intestinal juice or succus entericus. Jejunum is the seat of maximum digestion. Enzymes of intestinal juice complete the process of digestion. Trypsin, invertase, maltase, lactase, etc. Now the last part of the small intestine is ileum. Ileum is the distal coil part of the small intestine, which is about 5 meters in length. The digestive glands are fewer, however villi are most abundant. Major function of ileum is absorption of digested food. Villi are suited for this function. Villus has one lymph vessel or lacteal, a number of blood capillaries and a covering of epithelial cells specialized for absorption. The absorption of fat is taken by lacteal and the other materials are taken up by blood capillaries for transport to the region of storage and use. Now we are switching on to the last part of the alimentary canal, and that is the large intestine. Large intestine is the distal region of alimentary canal, which is about 1.5 to 1.8 meters long and 4 to 6 centimeter in diameter. It receives a semi-fluid mixture of undigested matter, mucus and water. Large intestine does not contain digestive glands. It is specialized to solidify the undigested matter to form fecal matter. Some heavy and toxic chemicals are poured over this fecal matter by wall of large intestine. Bacteria which are present in this large intestine produces vitamins K and B, which are also absorbed here. So large intestine has three main important parts. The first important part, it is called as cecum. Second portion is called as colon, and the third portion is called as rectum. Cecum is the small pouch that lies at the junction of small and large intestine. Cecum possesses a narrow blind tubular lymphoid outgrowth of 8 to 9 centimeters length, and it is called as a vermiform appendix. Appendix is a vestigial organ. Both cecum and vermiform appendix are vestigial organs in humans. Infection of vermiform appendix causes acute pain in the lower right part of abdomen. It is called as appendicitis. Next part of the large intestine is colon. It is longest and inverted U-shaped part of this intestine. Colon bears alternate sac-like swelling called haustria. Now, if I talk about the rectum, it is the last part of large intestine which is broader than colon. The length is around 13 to 15 centimeters. As the fecal matter collects in the colon, the feeling of defecation occurs, from where it is eliminated through an opening called anus, which is called digestion. Now next, if I talk about this completes our alimentary canal. Now I am switching on to the digestive glands. There are 5 important digestive glands which are associated with the digestive system in the human beings. The first important digestive gland which is present in mouth, that is called as salivary glands. There are 3 pair of salivary glands present in the buccal cavity. Their names are parotid gland, second submaxillary, and third sublingual gland. About 1 to 1.5 liters of neutral saliva is poured into buccal cavity each day by these glands. Now, due to the presence of mucus and water, saliva makes the food soft and slippery for easy crushing and formation of bolus. Watering of mouth at the sight of delicious dish is due to excessive secretion of saliva. Saliva also consists of an enzyme that is called as lysoenzyme. or we can say lysozyme. This is antimicrobial enzyme which kills the bacteria by cleaving their walls. Now second important digestive gland is liver. Liver is the largest gland of our body, which weighs about 1.5 kgs. Liver lies in the right upper side of abdomen. It has two lobes, larger right lobe and smaller left lobe. A pear-shaped yellowish green sac or gallbladder is attached on the interior surface of the right lobe. Gallbladder is meant for the store of the bile juice, or we can say the liver is secreting bile juice and it is temporarily stored in the gallbladder. The bile juice consists of two things, bile salts and bile pigments. Bile salts and bile pigments. Bile salts are meant for the emulsification of the fats, while bile pigments, they are bilirubin and biliverdin, which are of no use. They just impart color to the fecal matter. So this was about the liver. Next important organ or digestive gland, it is called as the pancreas. Pancreas is the second largest gland of the body. It lies in the loop of duodenum below the stomach. Pancreas secretes a digestive fluid called as pancreatic juice, and it is the major digestive juice of the body. It has enzymes for hydrolyzing all types of food ingredients. The special enzymes which are present in pancreatic juice are as follows. First, trypsin, which will act on proteins, then pancreatic lipase, which will act on lipids, and pancreatic amylase, which will act on starch. Pancreas also produces two types of hormones, and these hormones are named as insulin and glucagon, which maintains the level of sugar in our body. Since pancreas secrete both the enzymes as well as hormones, so this is called as a heterocrine gland. Heterocrine, as it is both exocrine and endocrine. Now some important points regarding the nutrition in human beings. First is dental caries. Dental caries is what? Dental caries or tooth decay. It can also be called as tooth decay. It causes gradual softening of enamel and dentine. It begins when bacteria acting on sugars produce acids that softens or demineralizes the enamel. Masses of bacterial cells together with food particles stick to the teeth to form dental plaque. Due to this dental plaque, the microorganism may invade the pulp, causing inflammation and infection. There is one more important thing, gastric ulcers. Gastric ulcers are caused by a bacteria that is called as Helicobacter pylori. It is an acid-tolerant bacterium residing in gastric mucosa of human beings, produces urease and causes several gastrointestinal diseases including gastritis and gastric and duodenal ulcers. So this completes our digestive system. The process of digestion will talk about in the next lecture. Thank you, children.